We have a record crowd today at Daf Hashavua of over 30 guys. Shkayach, guys, keep the Torah going. On our way to Shas, we're on Zion Amud Aleph. During lunch at JEC High School, during lunch, 30 guys learning Daf Hashavua. So now we have Rabbi Yehuda Nasiya. The bottom line in Zion Amud Aleph, we did it yesterday. Let's do it quickly. Rabbi Yehuda Nasiya, Shadulei Rabbi Shaya, sent to Rabbi Shaya, Itma the Igla Tlasa. Itma, the thigh, the Igla Tlasa of a third of a cow, meaning the mother had three calves. This is the third one, so it's always the fattier, the third one, that's the good one. The garba, the chamra, and a flask, some sort of wine, a bottle of wine. Shalach lei. So when Rabbi Shaya got it, Shalach lei, he said to him, Kiyam tabanu rabbeinu mishlach manos shishreyu. You have fulfilled in us shalach manos. I guess he didn't send it for shalach manos, but that was what was Rabbi Shai saying. Even though you sent food and a drink, and you didn't send two foods, shalach manos, you didn't send two foods. It's still you were makayim in us shalach manos. Our Girsa said Tanos Avyon, and we mentioned yesterday that the Bach takes it out, the Gon takes it out, and what I forgot to mention, even more important, the Gon says is that Rashi takes it out. Gon just says it's Masha from Rashi that he didn't have that Girsa, so that's even more important. Now, says the next Gemara, second line on Zion Beis, Rabba Shadalei Lamari Bar Mar Biarabaya. Rabba sent food to Mari Bar Mar in the hand of Abaya. Malo Taska de Kashfa. A full, says Rashi, a full sack, Mali Tamarim, a full, some sort of sack full of dates. Umale a kasa kamcha davshuna, and a full cup of kamcha davshuna, of roasted kamach, of roasted flour. Rashi says, what does it mean? What was this roasted flour? He says davshuna. It was dried out, the chitim, the wheat was dried out, betana in the oven, but odon carmel, while it was still like fresh in the stalks, it was fresh. Karmale, it was full, it was moist and full. The kemach shalen masaklo. When you do that, it's a trick for anyone else to do this at home. That kemach, that wheat, that flour, shalen masaklo, ends up being sweet forever. It's the best. It's good. It's sweetened flour, which is going to be important for the next part of the story. Amalei Abaya said, "Wait a second, Rabba, you're sending to Mari Bar Mar this item. This is not such a chashava, not such a very fancy item." So he said, Abaya said to him, "Hasha Amar Mari, you know what Mari is going to say? Ichak la malka lehavi." Let's say a villager, a lowly villager, Rashi says, becomes a king. So lehavi dikulam mitzavari lo nachas. Does he not take down the dikula, the basket, mitzavari, from his neck? Lo nachas, he doesn't take down the basket that he feeds the animals with. He has the food that he feeds the animals. He doesn't use that. So you're sending him very common foods for commoners. And now you became a melech. Rashi explains that Aton nasas melech v'rosh b'pumpadisa. You became Rabbah, the king and the head of the yeshiva in Pumpadisa. Oh, you're sending him regular stuff like that. That's what he's going to say. Says the Gemara further. And then Mari Bar Mar sent back to Rabbah. He sent back Melo Taska de Zangvila, full Taska, we said, is a sack. De Zangvila, full sack full of ginger. Umelo Kasa de Palpal Tarichta, and a full cup of long peppers. It was his turn to turn to Mari Bar Mar and say, Hash is going to say to you, I sent you sweet things. Like we said, the flour was sweet. What else did he send other than the flour? He sent the kashva, he sent the chitim, and he also sent taska the kashva, tamarim, the dates. See, I sent sweet things, and he's sending sharp things. Okay. If anyone has shot why he was doing this, you can tell me. Amar Abai, kinofki beimar. Now Abai says a geshmaka thing. Listen up. Amar Abai, kinofki beimar. When I left from Rabba's house, to bring the first set of food. Havi Savannah. I was full when I went to Mari Barmar. When I got there, they brought to me shisin sai, 60 plates. The shisin mine kedera, 60 different types of 60 plates with 60 types of foods. And I ate 60 portions. And the last dish, they called it pot roast, where they used to cook the meat without any water, without any fluid, just in its own juices. It was so geschmack that I wanted to eat the plate after. I wanted to chew the plate afterwards. That's a saying that we say. He wanted to eat the plate. It was so great. He was licking his chops. Amar Abai says, Hainu Damrinchi. That's what people say. I didn't realize I was hungry and I ate so much. Hainu Damrinchi. Kafin ani v'lo yada. Poor person is hungry v'lo yada. He doesn't even know. Inami, or what people say is Rav Chadabasima Shchiach. That a person always has room. Shchiach, he has more and more Rav room. Libasima for something that is sweet. What was sweet in those dishes? I guess there were the sweet dishes there. So someone wanted to say it meant dessert. Okay, there's room for more when it's geschmack. The Chassam Sofer says a geschmack thing on this Gemara. He says that he wants to translate it not literally. That Abaya was hungry. He thought he was full. He thought he was a Talmid Chacham. He knew a lot of Torah, which he did. But when he went to Mari Barmar taught him much more, 60 tractates. He taught him much more Torah, and the last one was Psachim, Slikeder, a pot roast. It was the sugyas of the meat sugyas and Psachim. So that's what he was talking about. He was talking about Torah. Okay. Abayer Baravin, Rabbi Chanina Baravin, Mechalpi Sudusai Ladadi. Abayer Baravin, Rabbi Chanina Baravin, you switch sudas with each other. Rashi explains that every year each one would eat. One year they would eat by one person's house, and one year they would eat by Abaye bar Ovin. Next year they would eat by Rabbi Chanina bar Ovin. Rashi says, and in the second year they used to go to other person's house. And Mefarshim explain, because on Purim we shouldn't eat the Suda where alone. We should have it would be geschmack to eat with our friends, with family, or other people, who just as long as it's not alone. Now it's a famous Gemara. We're obligated on Purim to get intoxicated. So much that we won't even know the obvious between the curse of Haman and the blessing and the Baruch of Mordechai and the blessings of Mordechai. Tosis, the top Tosis adds from the Yerushalmi, and Arura Zeresh, and the cursing of Zeresh, Haman's wife, Brucha Esther, and the blessing of Esther, the greatness of Esther. Arurim kol Rishayim, the fact that Rishayim are Arurim and kol Yudim are Bruchim. It's something so obvious, something we have to keep in mind. Arurim kol Rishayim, Bruchim kol Tzadikim, kol Yehudim. It doesn't say kol Tzadikim, kol Yehudim. Says the Gemara. Listen to this story. Rab Zera of the Suda B'Purim. Rab and Zera made a Suda together on Purim. Badi Adadi. Ibsum, they got intoxicated. Kom Rabba Shachtel Rab Zera. Rabba got up and he asked for Achmanis, Ba'achye, and he was brought back to life. Rab Zera was brought back to life. Lashana, the next year, Amar Lei. So Rabba said to Rab Zera, Nasi Mar, master, you should come. V'nevet Sudas Purim Ba'adi Adadi. Let's have the Purim Suda again together. Says Rab Zera, Lo b'chol shait v'shaitim esrach. This is a miracle. And I think this year, question why we bring down this mice after, either to say that we do get intoxicated, or to say that it's better not to get intoxicated. The Mefarshim speak about it. Amar Rava says, Sudas Purim shalcha b'laylo yatzich avaso. A Sudas Purim that you eat at night, the night before, you're not yotzi yechiv. The night after is not Purim anymore, and it says v'lo yavar anyway, but it's not Purim. There's no Purim on the night after. So a Sudas Purim the night before, lo yatzich avaso, that doesn't count. People do sit down to a meal that night of Purim, some people, but it's more of a nice gesture, a minhag, but it's not the special Suda Purim. The special Suda Purim has to happen when? The next day, during the day, before Shkia. My time, what's the reason? How do we know it can't be at night? Yemei Mishta V'Simcha. It says the day is the Mishta V'Simcha. Ksiv. Rav Ashi Ava Yasuk. It says the Shiltas changed it to Meimar. Rav Ashi was sitting in front of a Meimar. Let's do it if everyone can help me. He was sitting in front of a Meimar. Naga. It was getting late. Velos Rabbanan. It was getting late on Purim, and the Rabbanan didn't come for learning Torah. Amar Le. So Meimar said back to Rabashi, my time lost to Rabbanan. Why didn't they come? Dilma Tridu Sudas Purim. Maybe they're involved in the Sudas Purim. Amar Le. So Rav Ashi said to him, couldn't they eat the Sudas Purim last night? They could be matzmidim, eat the Sudas Purim last night. Amar Le. So Meimar said back to Rav Ashi, Lo shmiya le lamar. Didn't you hear? Hadam Arava, that which Rava said, Sudas Purim sha'acha b'layla yotzei chavaso. You can't have it the night before. Amar Le. Shultus again. Amar Le lo. Rav Ashi said back, I didn't hear it. Tana minei arba zinin. He learned it over 40 times. This halacha that you can't learn it at night. He knew it so well, it's like he had it in his pocket. Why, Rav Ashi? That's amazing that he learned halacha time again. He made a mistake. He wanted to know it very well. Says the Mishnah. This is another Mishnah of Ein Bains. Previously, we had on Vav Rishon or Yudalid of Rishon, Yudalid of Sheni. Now we're saying Ein Bain Yantif l'Shabbos Elochon Nefesh V'Lad. There's no difference between Yontif and Shabbos what you're allowed to do on Yontif and Shabbos, except the difference is any malacha is what? Preparation for food, ochel nefesh, when we prepare for food. Rashi explains, but in regard to the onish, what's an onish? The punishment. On Shabbos and Yom, there's a big difference. On Shabbos, says Rashi, there's skila and kares, and on Yontif, it's only a lav. It's a negative prohibition. So says the Mishnah, the only difference is preparing food. Cooking, slaughtering the animal, doing borer, those kind of things. It says the Gemara deduces, only preparing. Halini machshire ochel nefesh. What about getting the preparations ready? Like let's say you had a broken knife and you wanted to shecht an animal and you wanted to fix that knife. Could you fix the knife on Yontif in order to what? Could you fix the knife on Yontif in order to set up for ochel nefesh? So, excuse me, are you allowed to fix the knife on Yontif? The Gemara says no. The Mishnah says only ochel nefesh. Halini machshir ochel nefesh zev is eshavin. They're both Shabbos and Yontif are equal. You're not allowed to fix the knife to slaughter on Yontif to get ready the food. So says the Gemara, that's going to be a machlokis in a brisa. But our Mishnah, Rabbi Yehuda is going to say, not like our Mishnah, that you could even fix a knife. Masis and Doluk Rabbi Yehuda. The Tani, because we learned in a brisa. The Tanakam is going to learn like us. Rabbi Yehuda is going to argue. There's no difference in Yom Tov and Shabbos except preparing food, but not getting the things ready to prepare food. Rabbi Yehuda mater af machshir ochel nefesh. Rabbi Yehuda allows even machshir ochel nefesh, even preparing the knife for the slaughter. My time the Tanakam, we're going to go quickly through this till the Mishnah. Amar Kra, it says in the pasuk when it comes to Yom Tov that the only thing you're allowed to do on Yom Tov is preparing anything that is for food. That alone you could do. So says the Tanakam and our Mishnah. That alone you could do. And not preparing the knife for the slaughtering. Rabbi Yehuda. What's Rabbi Yehuda going to say? Lachem, prepare for you, anything for you. Lachem, for you, l'chol tzarchem, for all your needs. The idach. So what do we learn from lachem? Nami, we say you can't prepare the knife. Haksiv lachem, it says lachem. Lachem lo of the chavim. It has to be. We say that it could only be ochel nefesh, the actual preparation. The lolo of the, but lachem, it has to be for you, for a Jew. The lolo of the chavim, not for no vichavim. The lachem lo l'klavim, and it can't be for a kelev. V'idach nami, Rabbi Yehuda. What does he do with who? That it has to be just this. He learns lachem. You could do anything. It says who only ochel nefesh ksiv. Who it says the Gemara. V'idach nami ksiv who ksiv lachem. It says. I'm sorry. Rabbi Yehuda lachem l'chol tzarchem. V'idach our mishnah nami ksiv lachem lo levichavim. Lachem lo l'klavim. V'idach nami ksiv who. What does Rabbi Yehuda do with who? Ksiv lachem. It says both. One is, if let's say the knife broke, Rashi explains, on Erev Yontif and you didn't fix it, that you can't fix on Yontif. And that's what it means. Who? Only Ochel Nefesh. These are for preparation that you weren't able to do for Erev Yontif. Like if the knife broke on Yontif and now you want to slaughter an animal, that itself you can do on Yontif, says Rabbi Yehuda. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you for coming. 30 guys. Let's go tomorrow again.